Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th. That's the sign of the season that we are in currently, at least for a few more days. Capricorn, save your money for a rainy day. Capricorn, one of the main takeaways for you this year is Venus, the planet of money and values, stationing retrograde in Leo via your 8th house of shared assets and other people's money. I have no idea what all this means, but hey, I'm just reading it to you anyway. This area of your chart also represents debts and or borrowed money, which means that in addition to the usual revisiting and reconsidering that comes with every retrograde cycle, this could be a year when some unexpected expenses come into play. The same goes for those of you who are looking forward to paying off your credit card debt. This could go either which way, but having an emergency savings account always comes in handy. If this doesn't affect you, if this doesn't affect your finances directly, you may decide to reconnect with a business partner you worked with once upon a time. Last but certainly not least, while the effects of Pluto typically take time to strengthen, Pluto's ingress into Aquarius on March 23rd will touch down on your final sector. And well, there's nothing remotely subtle about the transformation that's ahead. So for the self says for Capricorn's New Year's resolution, it should be never say never. Be sure to save and spend your money wisely. Glad that you're here with me. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always invest what you're willing and able to lose. Always do your own due diligence. I'm sharing information from Self Magazine about your zodiac and your money. Let's keep going. Next up is Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Well, maybe it's not, but let's see what it has to say about Aquarius. Aquarius runs from January 20th to February 18th. It's almost time for Aquarius. You're getting grounded with your finances and spending habits this year, Aquarius. First things first, on March 23rd, the taskmaster planet Saturn will debut in an all-encompassing Pisces, and your stability-seeking second house of earned income and value systems for the first time since 1996. If applicable, think back to this time of your life for reference on this transit. Man, who knows what you were doing in 1996? Got that memory, you're all right. In addition to bringing discipline and structure to this area of life, you could experience restriction and or feel limited when it comes to spending and are earning a living. Don't be discouraged by Saturn's pragmatism, as you could be in the process of leveling up. Level up, Aquarius, in mastering this realm of reality. Also, with Venus retrograde touching down on your relationship sector between July 22nd and September the 3rd, it's important to be discerning with business prospects and contractual agreements that could potentially influence your financial situation. Wait, it says, until Venus goes direct if you plan on moving forward. Now, the New Year's resolutions for Aquarius is don't undermine what you would normally sweep under the rug. Practice accountability when it comes to your financial highs and lows. Let's go on to Pisces, February 19th to March 20th. Since you're leveling up. It's your year, Pisces, to level up in more ways than one. Pisces, in addition to the influence of taskmaster Saturn. Saturn is a taskmaster in your sign on March 23rd. It's going down on March 23rd. The nodes of destiny will ingress into your 2nd and 8th houses, which have everything to do with the money you earn and or borrow. Whether personally or professional, the influence of Saturn might seem challenging at first, but its tough love is making you all the more resilient. It's time to get serious about your wants and needs, which brings me to my next takeaway for 2023. As you may know, eclipses occur according to the north and south node. I didn't know that, but okay. In this year's eclipse series will ignite your 8th house of joint ventures and shared resources on October 14th, and your 2nd house of money-making abilities on April 20th. Change is almost inevitable, especially when it comes to matters of ownership, currency, and financial earnings. Your New Year's resolution, Pisces, is going to be your sense of security is a reflection of your hard work and discipline. Master your financial independence so you don't have to depend on others. Now let's go ahead. Let's go to the top of this article from Self. Really appreciate that. And if you're getting value from this, hit that thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button. I always appreciate that. Now, next, we're going to be going to the top of this article, and we are looking at Aries. Aries, you're in for a treat in 2023. Aries, man, how cool is it for it to be said that this sign is in for a treat in 2023? That's pretty cool. Truth be told, with the erratic Uranus, you always gotta watch out for Uranus. Okay, shaking things up in your second house of stability and finances. Things could feel more inconsistent than you're used to. And though this new beginning won't happen overnight, the influence of lucky Jupiter, as it may be entering this area of your chart on May 16, will bring you abundance, expansion, and grounding. This will not only create room for you to become more practical with your budget, but also welcome the financial upgrades. Man, Aries, are you going to be upgrading during the recession? Are you serious? You could both earn and desire. Keep in mind, a total lunar eclipse on October 28th could bring closure, clarity, and significant changes to this area of life, which could also present you with an opportunity to start again, as you may be wrapping up financial chapters and or expenses that no longer align with your future. Aries, your New Year's resolution is reflect on your core values and commit to a financial plan that is both practical and reassuring. Be hard to do, but Aries is saying 2023 is your year that you can do it. Taurus, you're next up, April 20th through May 20th. There may have been powerful changes happening for you since 2021. Taurus, is that true? You've been going through some changes since 2021, some of which likely brought abrupt changes to your finances and sense of security. But the good news is it all ended up working in your favor. All right, it works in your favor. The same goes for Mars, the planet of energy and momentum, as it began in retrograde in your financial sector on October 30th until it finally goes direct in Gemini on January 12th. So by this time, it's already happened. Reflect on what you've recently discovered about your spending habits and money-making habits. Lucky Jupiter will debut in your sign in May, bringing you abundance, expansion, and opportunity, especially when it pertains to Taurian matters such as money, stability, and resources. Your planetary ruler, Venus, will also be stationing retrograde from July 22nd until September the 3rd, which encourages you to go inward and reconsider the value of everything from your living space to the amount of money you spend on yourself. New Year's resolution for you, Taurus, is allow yourself to expand without being possessive and self-indulgent. Reconsider your investments. Let's move on to Gemini. In the Gemini runs May 21st to June 20th. This year begins and you already have a to-do list. Gemini, for instance, your ruler Mercury stationed retrograde in Capricorn, your 8th house of shared resources and other people's money, on December 28th of 2022, where it will remain until it stations direct on January 18th. So that's almost over by now. Meanwhile, a full moon in Cancer will bring emphasis and intuitive clarity to your second house of money and value systems on January 6th, which by now has already passed. That said, many of you may experience a full circle moment in terms of your finances at the start of this year. And with Mercury retrograde in the mix, you may likely revisit or reconsider a financial agreement or shared investment in the process. You may want to steer away from investing in anything brand new while Mercury is in retrograde, at least until March. That's what I'm saying. Transformative Pluto will also be concluding its journey through your 8th house of financial mergers on March 23rd, which could relieve you from a domineering attachment that's been hovering over your finances. Gemini, have you had a domineering attachment over your finances? It's saying it might be time to let that go. Focus on, so Gemini, your New Year's resolution is focus on paying off your debts before investing in other financial commitments. That sound, I don't care what your sign is, that's some sound advice right there. Cancer, June 21st through July 22nd. These are two main financial takeaways for you in 2023. Cancer, first and foremost, Venus, the planet of money, stability, and value systems will be stationing retrograde in Leo, and your second house of finances on July 22nd, where it will remain before going direct on September 3rd. Retrograde cycles are for reviewing, reassessing, and reconsidering, and the sign of Leo has everything to do with your authenticity, self-fulfillment, and unique abilities. That's it. Large investments would not be suggested during this period of time, but you can harness the power of retrograde by reworking your splurging budget, or perhaps revisiting a unique talent you can potentially monetize and or capitalize from. Powerhouse Pluto will also make its first official ingress into Aquarius, and your 8th house of loans, financial mergers, and other people's money, OPM. This is a generational planet, so you won't see the effects right away. However, you may place greater emphasis on the security of your financial institutions and digital currencies. Come on, crypto maybe, I don't know. But anyway, so Cancer, your New Year's resolution for 2023 is make it a point to become more mindful of your spending. Treat yourself without losing sight of the bigger picture. All right, Leo, the lion, July 23rd to August 22nd. Leo, there's plenty to work with. And look forward to in 2023. Congratulations, Leo. So let's take it from the top. As Taskmaster Saturn will debut in Pisces in your 8th house of joint finances and shared resources on March 7th. Saturn brings discipline and structure where it's needed in order for us to build a foundation that is solid and long-lasting. Your 8th house is also the house of your significant other's money. Oh, look out now. Whether you look at it in terms of professional employer or an outside source sending funds regularly. Nevertheless, you are encouraged to set some much-needed boundaries and ground rules. Are both parties reaching towards the same financial goal? Venus will also retrograde in your sign between July 22nd and September 3rd, which in turn suggests that you might steer clear from unnecessary expenses and risky investments during this time. Luckily, with Jupiter entering Taurus, your career sector, in May, many of you may level up professionally, level up and financially. So Leo, your New Year's resolution is to set clear intentions when planning towards a financial goal. Reflect on the areas where you unconsciously sold yourself short. Let's go to Virgo. Virgo, August 23rd through September 22nd is going to be a big year, and here's why. As you may know, eclipses are catalysts for life-altering changes, and 2 of these celestial events will touch down on your financial sectors. For instance, the first one will be a solar eclipse, new beginning, happening in your 8th house of shared funds on April 20th. And the second will be a lunar eclipse, powerful chapter closing, in your 2nd house of earned cash and money-making abilities on October 14th. Keep in mind the nose of destiny, a representation of where we've collectively headed versus what we're needing to release, will also be igniting these areas of your chart in life. And with the South Node, what needs to be surrendered, entering your 2nd house of earned income on July 17th, you may more than likely need to make significant changes in this area of your life. Less spending, perhaps. So Virgo, here is your New Year's resolutions. You get what you give, and there is great value in your ability to cultivate balance and honor the flow of giving and receiving. All right, let's go to Libra. Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd. You are stepping into a whole new financial area. All right, and all of your hard work will soon pay off. This is especially true when considering the last series of eclipses on May 5th and October 28, 2023 that are activating your financial second and eighth houses. In May, a full moon lunar eclipse will touch down on your stability-seeking second house and earn money, in which in turn marks the ending of a significant chapter. If you were overindulging or perhaps succumbing to a fear-based mentality around finances, watch it, Libra, this is where your transformation comes to play. As for the lunar eclipse in October, this one will supercharge your eighth house of other people's money. Keep in mind, this is something to look forward to. Lucky Jupiter, greater benefit, and the planet of abundance and expansion will enter Taurus on May 15th, which is pretty ideal for financial breakthroughs. Libra, here's your New Year's resolutions. Confront and surrender the shadow side of your relationship with money. Commit to financial agreements that are built upon a solid foundation. Now let's go to Scorpio. Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st. Things are slowly but surely getting back to normal. For instance, after retrograding through Gemini, your eighth house of shared resources and financial employers since October, your traditional ruler Mars will station directly on January 12th, which at this point is already passed. That said, if you experience any delays in payment processing and or hadn't heard back from your boss about their promotion, Mars direct will bring things back to speed. Although we also have to consider Venus in retrograde in Leo, as it will ignite your 10th house of career between July 22nd and September 3rd. Despite being known as the planet of love, Venus also represents our cash flow, value systems, and money-making ability. So if you're in the process of applying for a new position or perhaps negotiating numbers with a professional leader, don't be discouraged. If things aren't up to par during this window of time, either way, it may be best to take this time to review and reconsider next steps as opposed to jumping to a brand new opportunity without enough information. Scorpio, your New Year's resolution is take a closer look at your bank account and get clear on what's coming in and what's going out. Stay away from financial agreements unless you've done your due diligence. All right, now it's time for me. Yes, it's the sexy Sagittarius. Sagittarius, November 22nd through December the 21st. With the right attitude and plan of action, you will reach the stars in 2023. Let's clap it up for Sagittarius. This is especially true when considering the fact that the first Mercury retrograde of the year will be touching down on your second house of earned income and money-making abilities between December 29th of 2022 and July 18th of 2023. As you may remember, Mercury retrograde represents us with an opportunity to take a step back in order to reassess and review the situation at hand. And in the case of Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, there may be greater emphasis on the foundation of your finances. Are you being realistic with your investment? Does something need to be restructured? This might not be a good time to start anything new, as it is equivalent to a celestial interlude where you retrace your steps and tweak your errors. Other than that, look out for the full moon in Capricorn on July 3rd, as it will bring something full circle to your second house of money. Sagittarius, here are your New Year's resolutions. Commit to your self-mastery. Sort out your financial priorities. So those are the 12 zodiac signs and the money. Now, whether you believe or not, I'm going to leave that up to you. I love to hear what your sign is in the comments. And just, hey, I'd love to hear your sign. And make sure that you watch this next video as I tell you about 3 ways to make sure that you do not go broke in 2023 because of your bad habits.